Have you ever been in the middle of a sewing project and you're constantly looking for your pin cushion? You don't know where you set it down, you need to get some pins or you need to put them away. A wrist pin cushion is the perfect thing. It keeps your pins right where you need them. It makes your sewing project so much more efficient and less stressful. They're comfortable to wear, and it's a quick project where you can use up some of your fabric scraps that I know you have. I'm Jan Howell. Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make one of these wrist pin cushions. It's a quick beginner sewing project. It only requires a few materials and supplies. Let's get started. First, let's go over the materials and items that you'll need. You'll need your fabric pieces. As you can see, they're quite small. This is a great opportunity to get in your fabric stash your scraps and use some of those up. You'll need a small piece of fusible fleece, some embroidery thread, an embroidery needle, and you'll need some upholstery or heavy-duty thread, a turning stick, a pair of fabric scissors, and you'll need a juice cap or a plastic lid that is 1.5 inches. You'll also need a piece of Velcro cut to 1.5 inches, and this is 3/4 inch Velcro. A tip that I love that I'll share from keeping this Velcro roll from coming unrolled and getting all tangled is to cut a piece of the pokey side, just a little strip like this, and then use it like a piece of tape to keep it together. And I'll do the same thing on this side, putting a piece of fuzzy on the end. It just works really well. To measure your wrist, you'll need a measuring tape, and you'll need some fiber-filled stuffing, your iron, your ironing board, your sewing machine, and a small button, and a few pins or fabric clips. And you'll also need a glue gun and some glue sticks. The first thing that you'll need to do is cut out your fabric pieces. I have a PDF pattern and a template that you can use to cut out these pieces. I will put the link in the description below where you can get those. A standard measurement for the average wrist is 10 by 4.5 inches. And if you want to customize that, make it a little larger or smaller, all you'll need to do is measure your wrist and then add 3.5 inches. And the width of the piece is 4.5 inches. You'll need to cut a piece of fusible fleece a little bit smaller, so I've cut this 9.25 inches by 4.25 inch. I have cut out the round pincushion fabric, which is 6.5 inches. To apply the interfacing, bring the fabric wrong side facing up, bring the bumpy side of the fusible fleece facing down, and center it onto the fabric. And at first I'm just going to apply the iron in a few places to adhere it just a little bit, and then I'm going to flip it over and press from the fabric side. And you don't want to glide the iron, you just want to set it down. By using this method, it will prevent bumping and lumping and just a weird texture on your fabric. You're going to fold that piece in half lengthwise and apply a few pins. We're going to leave about 2 inches in the center unsewn so that we can turn it right side facing out. Going to eyeball it. There's no need to get it exactly centered. Those red pins will indicate to leave that unsewn. So now we'll take it to the sewing machine and sew around, leaving this portion open. I have set my sewing machine to a regular straight stitch, and the stitch length is just 2.5. I'm going to back stitch at the beginning and always at the end of the seam. I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. When you come to the corner, just leave your needle in the down position, lift up your presser foot, pivot it, clip the corners, making sure not to go into the seam allowance. You'll take the turning stick and turn that right side facing out. Poke out those corners. Fold the seam allowance to the inside. If you'll just pull it, it will kind of naturally fold in, and then you might need to coax it a little bit to get that even. Then I'm going to put a few pins in there to keep it in place. We'll take it to the sewing machine and sew all the way around using a 1/8 inch seam allowance. Whenever I top stitch, I like to make my stitch length a little bit longer, so I'm going to change it from a 2.5 to a 3.0 in length. And I always like to hold the top thread for the first couple stitches just to make sure I don't get that bird nesting on the bottom. Now if you want to top stitch a few more rows, you can. I'm going to top stitch 2 more lines, and I'm going to come to the 1/2 inch mark. Flip it around, do the same thing on the other side. So that will give it that look. If you wanted to add another one down the center, you could. Totally optional. To apply the Velcro to the wristlet, I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine. I'm not even going to pin it in place. You'll bring it down to that 1/8 inch mark and center it. And then we're going to flip it over and sew the other one to the other side like that. You can sew this on by hand, or you can top stitch it. I like the look of just hand sewing. Then you don't see the stitching on the other side, but if you really don't care, we'll just sew around it with a sewing machine. Hold that top thread. So that's what it looks like. So I've top stitched my wristlet, and I'll put that aside, and let's work on the pincushion portion. You can always just double your thread, but sometimes that even breaks, and you don't want that happening after you've stitched all the way around. So this is, you can use upholstery thread, or there is just a heavy duty thread that you can use. I thread my needle. And I'm going to cut about 20 inches. Tip for knotting the end of your thread is to take the end of the thread, wrap it around your pointer finger a few times, and then take your thumb and just roll the threads, and then just gently pull it, and you'll get a knot. Take the needle, insert it on the back side about 1/4 inch from the edge, and we're just going to make big stitches, just running a running stitch all the way around that circle. Don't have to be even stitches, really, just a gathering stitch. So the stitches are about like that. When you get back to where you started, take a few stitches past the knot and then pull it out. Start using your fiberfill stuffing to stuff it in to the pincushion. Don't cut your thread yet. And you want that to be quite firm. Keep adding until you get that firmness that you like. So there's the last stitching. I'm coming up just about another 1/4 inch. Just to reinforce that and to take it in a little bit more. Now before I cinch it up too much, I'm going to take the lid. Now the purpose of the lid is to keep the pins from poking into your skin. Now I've had wrist pin cushions before that didn't have that, and it is not a good feeling to have those pins be poking into your skin. So we'll take that, just slide that in there, and then we'll cinch around it. It'll start holding that shape by itself, but I'm going to take a few more stitches and then we'll knot it and to hold it in place. And don't worry, because you're not going to see this. It's going to be glued to your wristlet. I'm going to go across from where my thread is and take a stitch and pull it, and then go across and take a stitch. Take a little stitch, leave a loop, wrap your needle around the loop 2 or 3 times, and then pull it. And that will knot it. And stick it in close to the thread, and then out again. And then you can clip your thread. So there you have your pincushion. This is where you'll use your embroidery thread to make your little sections. I'm going to separate that so there's only 3 strands. I'm going to thread my needle. Not the end. Before we start sewing our little sections, I'm going to take an owl and poke a little hole into the lid. If you have a strong enough needle, it can poke through that lid, but I like using this awl just to make a little hole in the lid. We're just simply going to come up one side, go down the center, and I like to just take the end and push it down, and that needle will come up, pop up, and you can grab it and pull it. Then you have that one section. Then I'm going to poke it down with my finger, come around, and go back down in that same center spot. And just adjust it so when you pull it, it's directly across. And then I'll come up again, go back down in, cinch that down really tight, adjust where I need to, and then I'm going to attach my button. What do I want, this little shiny button, or do I want this orange button? I'll go with the shiny button. Before I apply the button, I'm just going to knot this, take a little stitch there, leave my loop, wrap it around a few times. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Okay, now we're going to adhere it to our wristband using some hot glue. I'm going to find the center point. And and put a bunch of glue on the bottom. Place that on the center. Okay, there you have it. Cute little wrist pincushion. Perfect. Comfortable. Pins right where you need them. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you like my content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And make sure you check out my website, youmakeitsimple.com, where you can find all my patterns and other DIY projects that you might find interesting. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you want to learn how to make these cute ring pincushions, I will put the link in the description below. They actually come in quite handy. Have a wonderful day. Have fun making a wristlet pincushion, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.